Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, and this week we are studying Vayishlach. Last week in Vayetze, we saw Yaakov leave home, go to the land of Haran, and this was to us a prophetic picture of Am Israel contained in the life of Yaakov going into exile. In this time of exile, he had to deal with Lavan, the bride, and its multifaceted revelations was given to him. Am Israel, as the tribes were built. And this week, Vayishlach, and he sent. This is a picture of Am Israel in the life of Yaakov coming home, returning from exile and getting back to the land. So as we go through the various scenes of this week's Torah portion, let's keep that in mind. These are various understandings of our coming return. As he is going home, Yaakov has 4 wives, 11 sons, a daughter, and he is perhaps in his mind going through the introductions that he's going to make of this family that he has built to his parents. He's going to introduce his wives and children to his homeland. This is where my roots are. This is who I am. This is where I come from. Do you catch the picture? Messiah brings us home. And as we come back to the land and the days of the coming kingdom, we begin to get an understanding of who our bridegroom is, who we are now vitally connected to, our own history, our own revelation of ourselves, our own understanding of our root. For all of our years of Torah study and keeping Shabbat and feast days and so forth, do we really know who we are? So this is a picture of us coming home. And I believe in Yaakov's mind, he's already dealing with that, understanding how this is going to take place, but also in his mind is the understanding Esav is somewhere between where I am and where I need to be. Esav, as we would understand him, is a picture of the professional religious system. There is this temptation in you and I going home to look for legitimacy and acceptance. Legitimacy and acceptance. Many, in order to try to find that, have left Christianity, gone all the way over and went into Judaism, because in their belief and their understanding, if I am accepted by Judah, that gives me legitimacy. And I am accepted by a pure group of some esteem. Now, obviously, there's a lot of esteem to be found in Yehuda. I have Jewish friends, acquaintances that I hold in high esteem. I applaud Yehuda for their endurance, their perseverance, their ingenuity, for their creativity, for their longevity, for their faithfulness, for the walk with Yah. So much to applaud them for. But if I'm not born and raised as a Jew, being accepted by the Jews, does that really give me the legitimacy and the acceptance that I'm looking for? Messiah, both Yehuda and Joseph or Ephraim, needs to find their legitimacy and their acceptance in Messiah. And in doing so, we will find a way to work in harmony together. That's another subject, another time. So let's continue. Esav. Credibility, legitimacy, acceptance, acknowledgement. The professional religious system is willing to offer these things to us, provided that we serve them and that we become one with them and accept their role and their agenda. As this opens up in this Torah portion, we see a key word. I hope I can pronounce this correctly. Machanaim. 2 camps. It's understood that there are two camps of messengers. When we saw in last week's scene at the Temple Mount, the Salam, the ladder, the stairway that went from heaven to earth, and there was a vital spiritual realm, physical realm connection, that there were messengers or malachim, what we interpret and call angels going up and angels coming down. We see at the end of Yochanan, or John chapter 1, Yeshua says that from now on you will see the messengers of Elohim ascending and descending upon the son of Adam, saying, I am the ladder. I am the means which the angels ascend and descend. They have their charge, their assignments. I am greater than the angels. They move on me and at my command. So we see then that there was a changing of the guard as Yaakov was leaving Beersheba to go to Haran. Territorial angels moved and changed positions because a new territory was being entered. Now we come back and we see that there is perhaps a changing of the guard again. I have a question then. As we study the lives of the patriarchs and we see all of their struggles and all of the things that they maneuvered through, it would seem that they had great wisdom and insight and understanding of what they needed to do. My question is, did they live predominantly a physically arranged and oriented lifestyle to where they did as we are now doing? They get up in the morning, go through their day, they go to bed at night, and they rest for the next day's events? Or did they walk in a more predominantly oriented spiritual realm? Did they see the messengers of Elohim on a frequent basis? Were they more spiritually astute and oriented in their daily walk, that they perceive things in the realm of the spirit to a greater degree than what you and I do? Where is the balance in their lives between physical realm prominence and spiritual realm prominence? Well, I have to say that at least by comparison to ourselves, it was greater in that they've heard the voice of Elohim. They've encountered messenger beings. Their activities and their steps and their life choices have greater impact on future generations than perhaps what ours do. My second question then is, are we relegated then to a predominantly physical realm existence without the benefit of a spiritual discernment? And I'm saying to you, I believe that there is more available to us than what we are currently walking in. Rav Shaul writes in Romans chapter number 8, and also in Galatians chapter number 5, at least, about the war that seems to take place between the flesh and the spirit. And there is a call from this messenger of Elohim that we walk predominantly according to the Ruach, to the Spirit, that is revealed to us through Yeshua, given to us by Yeshua, breathed into us by our Master, and then and strengthened and given depth in our lives through the reading of His Word and through our time in prayer, our walk of obedience, living according to the Spirit, so that we do not cater to the desires of the flesh. Galatians 5 says that these two entities inside of us, that they war one against the other, so that we do not do what we would like. It is a very frustrating battle that oftentimes takes place in us. We're trying to get home. We're trying to bring who we are and what we have home. We want to go back to our root. But there is this fleshly resistance. There is this desire to be accepted by Esav and not have to fight Esav. How is this going to turn out? The friction, the stress, the anxiety, the questions, they're overwhelming. And this week, we're going to find out some answers. tomorrow we want to build on this particular thought. We'll talk about it a little bit more then. Until then, shalom.